Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Blue Badge Crypto, bringing you another Bitcoin and market update. But listen, if you're not already on the Twitter, get over there, guys, at Blue Badge Crypto. That's where you're going to get the most time-sensitive alerts on trends, trading, and analysis in the market. Let's dive into Bitcoin, guys. We're here on the 2-hour chart to start off. If you've been following the updates, you've been following the Twitter, then you have an idea what we're looking at, and you're able to get some great trades out of this. Where I posted for y'all on Twitter that we were going to be, this green box is where you wanted to, potentially buy or long Bitcoin right here. And you can see it had a nice reaction. It's barely wicking down into here. Then I also had this red box posted for y'all where, you're looking to short or sell that, position right here. And you can see we came up and wicked up to that level perfectly right here and, fell back down. And I actually drew out a path for y'all on Twitter, okay, in this post on right here on the 19th, where I kind of drew out this path for y'all right here, where we would potentially go sideways. We'd spike up here and touch that box before we're coming back down and testing that red line right here, guys. Y'all see that? And that's where I told you that would kind of be that decision point here, where we came back and tested this red line. We're either going to bounce and re-enter this range-bound price action, breaking back into that blue line, or we would see further downside breaking below the red line, guys. And you can see that how that played out perfectly right here, where we've come down and, after we hit this red box, we came down, nearly hit that red line perfectly right here, guys. Okay. And then that's where we bounced up. We're able to, come back here, break through that blue line right here. If we zoom in a little bit more on that like hourly chart right here, guys, you can see where we came up, broke through the red line, broke through this blue line right here, came and tested the box once again, back tested that level of support, and now that's where we're seeing further continuation right here, guys. So that is something that's good to see right here. I think that is a pretty bullish move right here. We had that initial fake break that I illustrated for y'all, that we'd come up, test this line, probably get denied, and that's where we'd come and test this red line to see which direction we're going to go. Had that bounce, break, back test that support right here, and that's where we're seeing this bullish momentum right here, guys. And now we're running into our next levels of resistance right here, and what we also have forming is some type of ascending level of resistance right here on the lower time frames as well, guys. So this is something to keep an eye on right here, where we kind of have this ascending level of resistance. And we're kind of running into that now, guys. So you can see we have a tiny bit more room to kind of move up right here. But we are running into that ascending level of resistance along with this next box that I have marked for you right here as resistance, guys. Okay, and if we pull up the RSI on this lower time frame, something that is a little bit concerning is that on this lower time frame, we do have that bearish divergence forming right here, guys, where we have a high and a lower high on the RSI. But if we pull up the price, right, we have a high and a higher high, okay? So that is a bearish divergence beginning to form on the lower time frame. So that's something just to stay a little bit cautious. That could be something that means then we come up, we test this box right here, right? And then we would come back down and maybe back test this level as support right here before we see further continuation that comes up higher, okay, guys? So that's something to keep an eye on right here. That's kind of in conjunction with that ascending level of resistance that we have coming right here as well, guys. So just be on the lookout for a little bit of pullback here, maybe before we come up and test these higher levels, guys. But if I zoom it out, I mean, overall, this is a bullish move. Like I said, guys, I would expect, if this continues, that we would come up and we would come to the top level of this range, which is this range-bound price action that I've had marked for you guys. Y'all remember, we've been in this range so many times right here, guys. So I would expect here that we would come up and test this level, and that's at 45,446. Let me see if I can just get a price label on that for y'all. So that's at about 45,460 or so. We're kind of right in that level right there, guys. And I'll mark this for y'all as well right here. And this is going to kind of be our two test levels, okay? So this is going to be resistance right here, guys, okay? And this is also going to be resistance down here, okay? So that's what you need to be looking out for, guys, okay? So we have resistance from this box, resistance from this box. So something you could kind of expect, like I was just saying, is, we come up, we test this level, we back test that support. This is going to be our optimal path. We come up, we break this level, we test this level, right? Come up, test that level, back test that support, break. This would be our optimal bullish case here, guys, where we just work our way up the stairs, okay? Where we come up, we test levels, and we back test support. We test levels, back test that support. Test levels, support. Resistance, support. That's what we want to see for our bullish case, guys. Just kind of work our way through these levels. What would be good, but not necessarily what you want to see, is just a huge spike that goes straight up here, guys. Because typically what happens when we get those, But when we just get these huge spikes up, is that we just get huge spikes back down, guys. So that's not necessarily what we want to see. We want to see a nice kind of slow ascent working our way through those levels, guys. Okay, so that's what we're looking at in those lower time frames right now. Again, resistance level right here in those boxes. But I would expect here, guys, after this bullish move, that we could continue all the way up to 45,450. So that would be the next level I'd be looking at for the bullish case right there, guys. Let's zoom over to our supply and demand chart on the 1-day chart here and see what we have going on. And remember, guys, this was that bounce level off this ascending level of support right here that I have marked for y'all, that we've now had a decent bounce off right here, a pretty good bounce. And remember, this level right here was that daily level that I was telling y'all that we needed to break. And that's what we initially shorted when we had that nice push down. And now we're breaking back through that level, guys. So the supply zone that was going to act as resistance on this daily view, I just showed you all that lower time frame. So on this daily view, this starts at approximately 43,771, guys. So I'll go ahead and throw a little price label on that for y'all. So this resistance box on the daily chart starts at about 43, kind of right in that level, 43.7, 43.8 or so, right in there, guys. So that'd be something to be watching out for. Again, even on this daily chart, you can see we just kind of pumps right through this level. So even on this daily chart, we could expect some type of back test down here to the 42,250 level before we could potentially see some continuation. And if we go back to that lower time frame real quick, again, that just goes in confluence with what we were just looking at, guys, right? Where we need to come back down, test this level, kind of have that lower time frame bearish divergence going, where we need to come back, test this level, and that 42,250 level that I just showed y'all is this red box right here that we initially shorted right here, guys. Okay, so again, that's just how all these time frames are working in conjunction with each other. Okay, but otherwise, guys, we're looking pretty good. Let's pull up the RSI on this daily level and see what we have going right here. Not too much. Let's pull up a 12-hour and see what we have. So on that 12-hour, we do have a little bit of hidden bearish divergence going on here, guys. So this is something else to keep an eye on, where we have a high right here, right? This is our previous high where we created a high, fell down, created that next high right here, guys, okay? And that's this high on the RSI. And now we're creating a higher high on the RSI, okay? So a higher high on the RSI and a lower high in price is a hidden bearish divergence, okay? So on this higher time frame 12-hour chart, we have a hidden bearish divergence, and on that lower time frame chart, on that 2-hour chart, guys, we have a bearish divergence. So that's just a little bit of information to stay cautious of. Like I said, I do like this bullish momentum, but we do have some information saying, just stay a little bit cautious. That could be some information that leads, again, like we've been saying, guys, in this video, that we could see some type of back test of these levels here, potentially all the way back down to that blue line, before we could potentially see some continuation right there, guys. So that's just something to keep an eye on. But that's what we're looking at, guys, on the higher time frames, the lower time frames for Bitcoin, what we could expect for new levels, what you're looking at for resistance and support, guys. If you found the video helpful, if you enjoyed it, throw a like down, throw a comment. It helps me out, guys. Thanks for watching today.